Le voyage en toute tranquillité, en toute beauté, de votre maison jusqu'à votre destination. Votre satisfaction est notre plaisir.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good to see you all. This is Uche Waneri, your immigration attorney, and welcome my brothers and sisters, actually my African brothers and sisters. I really want this session to be very interactive. There's a lot going on, and I really want to welcome your questions and help you out with those concerns. Thank you for tuning in, so we'll get right to it. First off, this is a good year. And like our president, Biden has said, help is on the way, and truly help is on the way. So I am going to be discussing with you about, I'm going to be discussing the United States Citizenship Act of 2021. There's so many videos out there, and I'm sure you have been reading, and I'm sure you've been asking questions, but this forum is really for us as Africans to interact with one another and let me know what your concerns are. So the topic today, I'm going to look at what really concerns Africans, and I'm going to be discussing the Muslim and African bans. But I'm still going to discuss every other thing about the bill, and in the coming sessions will be, it's still evolving, so you're going to be hearing a lot more. There's a lot of information out there, and I really don't want you to be misguided, okay? So really, what is the, because this is a proclamation, and that's where I want to start. Let's clarify that. There is no action taken now. This is a proposal. It's not supposed to do anything. It's a proposal, but the thing about this is, we've been hearing about immigration reforms. This is not the first time. But what is different now is it has the blessing of the president. Before it was initiated by senators, and then depending on who is in control of the House, it doesn't move further. But this time it has the blessing of the president, and it was submitted to Congress on day one of his presidency. That is very remarkable. What a swift action. And I know that it's still a very long process. There's ways to it, but it's a very good start. So I won't discourage you. Don't think, oh, nothing is going to happen. It's all the talk, talk, talk. No, it's not going to be talk, talk, talk. Something will be done, but maybe not as fast as we all expect it to be done. So what exactly is the Muslim and African ban? On January 1st, 2020, and February, President Donald Trump issued executive orders. One was the Muslim ban, and it affected countries like Iran, Libya, Somalia, Syria, and Yemen. So these countries, individuals from this had nothing to do with it. It was just, if you're from this country, you can come in. Then the other countries impacted by the ban were Venezuela and North Korea. On February 21st of 2020, the ban actually extended now to African countries. And the African countries affected were Belarus, Burma, Eritrea, Kyrgyzstan, Nigeria, Sudan, and Tanzania. So when we say individuals from this country, we'll be wondering, is it just visitors? Is it everybody? No, it didn't affect everybody, but it affected people who were applying for immigrant visas and people who were selectees of the diversity visa lotteries. So those were the people who were directly impacted by the ban. But then there was a misconception in the community, which I addressed in my previous video. People were not applying, people who had relatives were not applying for the immigrant visas because of this ban. And that was wrong. You still were supposed to apply because with the immigrant visa, it goes through several stages and different departments of the United States government. You could still start the process, but when it gets to the time for issuing visas, there you have to wait till the ban has been lifted. So I hope this will correct that impression. And if you have not applied and you think you are eligible, please go on and apply. Okay? So with that, after the ban, with this ban, the Biden administration, what he is expecting from this ban, and I'm going to explain the process later of what is going to entail. The Secretary of State is expected to direct all embassies and consulates to resume processing of all visas. And the president, President Biden, has given 45 days for action to be taken. Now, when I'm saying Secretary of State, this is not going to happen right away because, one, we don't even have, they haven't been confirmed by the Senate. That process has to get through. The Department of Homeland Security has not been confirmed, and so many other cabinet members, they have not been confirmed. So that process has to go and get through. So when that has happened, the embassies will have to also they have to be given regulations and policies on how to implement these changes. So that's why I said it's not going to be immediate, but help certainly is on the way, and that's very reassuring. So within 45 days, if your visa was denied, immigrant visa was denied because of the executive order, or from the ban, travel ban, you can apply for reconsideration. You can apply to have your case reopened. If your application is still pending, maybe it's a diversity visa lottery application that's still pending, now you can have that expedited so that they can make a decision sooner. So those are the impacts of these changes. So what that does is action still will be taken, even if you received something negative, a denial. But all it entails is, in some circumstances, you might have to pay additional fees, or maybe the application fee. You may have to do another DS-260. But for that, we don't know. We're not sure. No, the policies have not been rolled out yet. But this is the big picture. The other big picture is within 120 days, the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Homeland Security, they shall provide to the president. He wants to know what this current screening and vetting process is in all these for issuing temporary and permanent visas. So that process, they have to get into it. They have to know what is going on, what is working and what is not working. They want to improve the process. That's the ultimate goal. And that's very good because then you won't have all these backlogs and unused visas and all of that. So they will want to look into it. It's a big overhaul. The other one, he has directed them to provide to him within 120 days. When I say him, I still mean the president, is they have to review the information sharing practices. And that's between the embassies, the United States and the various embassies. How are they sharing information? Is it efficient? Is it accurate? Are there things that can be changed? So all these, he's expecting them to get in and see what the process is so that we'll have a comprehensive overhaul of the entire system. So what does this mean then for Africans? For Africans, if you're impacted, for any of these countries, like I said, go ahead and apply. Still apply for your immigrant visa. And with your immigrant visa, you start with the I-130, and that's here with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services here in the United States. So after that, when it's approved, it has to go to the National Visa Center. And then when all your documents are complete, they now send them to the embassies. So start off with those processes. Don't wait. You can continue with that process and wait till the policies have been released for the embassies. So that way the bans will be lifted and your loved ones can come and unite with you in the United States. This has caused so much hardship on people. I mean, the family separation and all of that. There's just so much inconvenience. But then that anxiety, and we're all very hopeful. We are in the immigration community. We're very hopeful that something will come out of this. So this is a very comprehensive reform. Comprehensive in the sense that it touches all aspects. I would say most aspects of immigration. It touches not just the travel ban for Africans and for Muslim countries. It touches those who are undocumented in the United States. And that I'm going to tell you a little bit about that very soon. It touches the processes in the courts, it touches asylum, it touches border control, everything. It's a big one. It's really huge. As far as so many of my clients have been calling, oh, should I stop the process of what I'm doing now? I want to be undocumented. Everybody wants to be undocumented. I don't blame them. It really is. I mean, it sounds very, very good to be true. But I've cautioned everyone, please don't take any action at this time. All you can do for yourself is educate yourself. There's so many YouTube videos, listen to them, educate yourselves. And another thing I would want you to do is be on the right side of history. And what I'm saying is do things that are right. If you haven't been paying your taxes, pay your taxes. Don't get yourself involved in any criminal activity, because this will be the screening process. So there is a cutoff date. It's if you have been in the United States on or before 1st of January of 2021. So if you're there, then you know, okay, yes, I'm lucky. But then there are still going to be other steps. And we still have not seen the details yet. We haven't seen the bill yet. We're just seeing the summary. So educate yourself and try and get your things in order, your papers in order and your documentation in order, and await that good time when this bill will be passed. So I'm going to address the citizenship part, where it's promises earned citizenship for undocumented individuals. Now, this is divided into two tiers. We have on one side the dreamers, the TPS holders, and then the farm workers. Those are three on one side. The other side will be the undocumented individuals, and these ones are about 11 million. So you're going to have those who have overstayed their visas, those whose visas have been denied, those who don't have any status. So that's the bucket where you're going to find all of these people. So from all that we're hearing now, if there's anyone that will be passed as quickly as possible, it will be those who have DACA, TPS, and the farm workers. Those are the ones who will get their green card. The 11 million, yes, they will still get to it, but nothing is immediate, but everything is on the table. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we're hoping that that will come to fruition. So in order for you to be eligible, you have to be physically present on or before the 1st of January of 2021. So now, what is the process? What indeed is the process? And, you know, because this came from the president, it has been submitted to Congress. You're going to have a member of Congress, and this time it's coming from the Senate, to present that bill. And in the coming weeks, the person who will be sponsoring or presenting the bill will be the Senator Menendez of New Jersey. He's a Democrat, and he has been the one who has been on this for decades. So he will be presenting this bill before the Senate. Now, the bill will have been debated, and in order for this bill to pass, you're going to need 60 votes. And as you're aware, with the new constitution of both houses, Democrats are in the majority, but it's a slim majority. In the Senate, Democrats, it's a 50-50, and then you have the tie vote from Vice President Kamala Harris. So she will do the tie vote. So what we need to pass this will be a 60 votes. So assuming we say all 50 Democrats vote, we still need an additional 10 votes from Republicans. So this is a time, are we able to get 10 Republicans to vote on this bill? So even that's one option. The second option will be, if we don't have 10 Republicans, can we have at least 9 Republicans? Because Kamala Harris is going to be 51, she's going to make the 51 votes for the Democrats. So do we have 9 votes, 9 Republicans to join this bill? So that's another food for thought. So what we have heard, when this bill came up in 2013 by Senator Menendez again, they had 67 votes from the Senate. So everyone was happy. We're very hopeful that the bill would pass at that time. But guess what? It did not pass. And guess why? Because the House was controlled by the Republicans and they killed it there. But this time, while we are hopeful, is the House is the Democrats have the majority, even though slim, they have the majority in the House. So there is that chance, there is that hope, glimmer of hope that this might pass this time around. However, because this is a comprehensive bill, yes, there's going to be challenges, tough challenges, trying to convince Republicans to be on board for this. So from what we are hearing so far, they seem to be on the same page as far as DACA, TPS, and the farm workers. But when it comes to the 11 million undocumented workers, they are already kicking against it. Some are saying no way, even before President Biden got inaugurated. Some are saying no way, that's not going to happen under their watch. So we keep praying, we keep being hopeful that they will have a change of heart, because they really have to realize the importance and significance of the contributions immigrants have made to this country. This is a country of immigrants, and the sooner everyone realizes that, the better for us. So there is the moral aspect. I mean, families have to reunite with their families. There is the economic aspect. In the immigrants, when they work, they pay taxes, and they contribute to this economy. So there is every part of it. Immigrants are benefiting this economy in so many ways, so many ways. So we are hopeful that all the Republicans, we get at least 9 Republicans or at least 10 Republicans or even more Republicans to get on board with this bill. So for you on your part, please, here's what you should do. And really, this is what you should do. You should do nothing. Except those African countries I have mentioned to you, start your I-130 process, do the national visa process, and then wait till the embassies. And like I said last week, my clients have already started receiving interview appointments. I know about Nigeria. So if you are from another country, contact your embassy. You can send them an email. There's always a general email inquiry email. Send an email to them and ask them, have you started issuing immigrant visas, and get a response. So this time you have to be proactive. You have to find information here and there. We're looking, everybody is watching. We're all fishing for information, because this is remarkable. We've not seen this before. The president is on board with this. So we all have to do our part. This is not a time to fold arms. Try and do something, contact your embassy, find out what is going on. If you have family members that are immediate relatives, start applying for them, okay? So that when this process keeps going on, at that time, it's just for them to issue the visas, but then you would have already started the process. So it's really keeping abreast of changes, and I will be updating you. We're going to, this is live, and that's why I wanted us to have this live so that you can hear all of this. Even during the week, if I hear something, I would quickly jump onto the video to let you guys know. I don't want you to make mistakes. Please, please, please. This is not a time to stop whatever you're doing. You don't want to declare yourself undocumented. We don't know when this will pass. So please don't take any action regarding that. Continue with whatever process you're doing, okay? Once we find that out, like I told you, I promise you, I will keep updating you. Okay? So thank you for listening. And this brings me to the end of this segment. And like I said, you're going to be hearing more frequently from me because I'm going to be on top of this. But again, I'll also encourage you to also look at other videos, look for information. This time is for information search. Keep searching for information, but please, before you act, make sure you're talking to an attorney. Thank you for tuning in, and let me know your comments. And if you have questions, let me know. And as always, it's always good to be with you. Thank you. Bye.
Du nouveau à Minneapolis, Tempo Afrique Travel. Vous voulez voyager? Achetez vos billets d'avion à l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel. Avec l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel, pas de problème de connexion, pas de problème de transfert de vol. Avec l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel, c'est le voyage en toute tranquillité, en toute beauté, de votre maison jusqu'à votre destination. Votre satisfaction est notre plaisir.